this lesson. So now that we know how the browser works with the images and we know a few formats of images, so now we're gonna try to learn how to insert images in your website. Okay, so let's start. And we're going to start with what is an IMG tag. So the IMG tag, the first thing that you have to know is that it is used to display image on your web page. Okay. And I think the second thing you have to learn is that it's in inline elements. It doesn't cause line breaks, just the same way like the other ones that we're gonna keep learning later using dips and other stuff. Okay, so to be inserted before or after it. So let's use, well, another thing that you have to know is the src attribute. Okay, and do you remember the href from the A tag that definitely locate down, well, identify the location of the file that you try to reach. Okay, so the src attribute do the same but using images. Okay, which is specify the location of an image file to be included in the display of the web page. So let's add some image. Here I have a few steps to add an image. So let's try to follow these steps. And the first thing that we need is we need to add an IMG element. Okay, so let's go ahead, open a new file. Here I have one, but let's do it again. Okay, so create a web page. And again, guys, this is a web page right here. Just the fact that I have HTML on the top, I have my head tag, and I have my body tag. You know, everything open and close, open and close, open and close tag. And that make me have a website, a web page. Okay, so let's put the IMG tag. All right, so I have the IMG tag here. Let me just make this a little bit smaller. There you go. Well, it's not gonna work. It is. Okay, there you go. And now we need to add the src attribute to the open tag. So remember, we have an open tag, which is this one right here. This is the open tag. Closing tag is the one that have the backslash. Okay, so step say, let's rcrc to the open tag. Right, next steps. Add the out attribute. All right, so why do we need this? This is not mandatory, but definitely recommended to do it. And let's see why. Okay, so I'm going to type LT. Okay, so this is the alt attribute, which is only provides some type of description to the image in case the image doesn't load. So for example, if you have an error on your, you have a typo on the image, or you have any problem, the image is not there anymore on the web server, it means that this test will come up and say, you know, this image is represent this. And I will show you in a minute. So let's type the same, this is the Apple logo. All right, so now we have the image tag, we have the CRC attribute, we have the alt attribute, and we're going to talk about the width and height in a few seconds, but let's see if this works so far. Okay, so let's see. Here I have an image right here. You will see it now. Let me just type Apple dot, well, logo. I'm going to try the JPG first. Okay, so I click save, and I'm just going to open up here my IMG. This is my file here. As you can see, this apple is inside a black background. Okay, so just to make it, just to make sure that it's work, let me just add something here really quick. um, Let me do it this way. So you are not supposed to know this yet, but you will see what I'm trying to do later. But I'm just gonna change the just gonna say body background. I will say color, and then I will say black. Well, not black. You know what? I'm gonna make it a red because then you will definitely get a little bit confused. And I just changed the background to red. Okay. So I just want to show you that whatever is in is in this image, you will see it, which is the background, the black background, and the white apple. So if you're trying to display your logo, you don't want to do this. You don't want to show like the background of the color of your logo because people don't care about that. We just want to see your logo. So this is how JPG and works. And remember that I mentioned, guys, remember that you probably seen the JPG here, but I literally talk about JPEG image. So if I click here, as you can see, it doesn't work because the real name of the file is JPEG, which is the same, but they just have the E. And by the way, I'm saying it's the same, but remember, guys, this thing is looking for a specific file name, including the extension. So this is the extension, and if the extension doesn't say JPEG or whatever it says, then you have a problem. It's not correct. And another thing is like you will see this a lot if you're using Sublime. Just click cancel. You don't have to purchase it. So it's good that it came up. There you go, Megan. So here, I'm gonna just copy and paste. And I will talk about the PNG version of this image. So because I already have a PNG logo here, okay, I'm just going to change the extension to that PNG. I'm gonna click save, and I'm just going to run this thing. So I want you guys to keep two things in mind, okay? The first thing is that I have no idea if it is a PNG, why he has a logo. I did test. Did I test it? I did test it. So I don't know why. I'll take a look because it was working. Anyway, but I want you guys to see something really quick. Remember that I mentioned this is a line tag. This is what I mean by that. That is appearing on the same line. So I have two images in the same line. So it's not breaking up. It's not literally like, I'm gonna do inspect element. It's not like coming up and breaking up. It just literally just putting next to it, okay? So let me just type a break here. Okay, I'm just gonna click and then I'm just gonna put it down. Let me do that again. Here, and just a little bit more space. Okay. So this is a PNG. I'm not sure why the black thing is coming up. I'm just gonna go ahead and type Apple logo PNG again. Let me look for another one. And let's see. Usually when you see a PNG file, it's gonna look like this. Like you will see all these little pixel on the back that is have been removed. Okay, so let me see if it works. I'm just gonna go and click save image as. Then I will put Apple logo 2. As you can see, the format is PNG. It was saying PNG for the other one early too, so I'm not sure what's going on. So I'm just gonna click save. I'll take a look to that later. I cannot sleep if I don't know what's going on there. So I'm just going to change this to 2, right? And let me just go back and just, not sure what's going on with this thing. It's not supposed to come like this. They tricking me. Otherwise, guys, I do not like to edit videos, so you will definitely facing this thing with me, okay? So we are going to debugging this thing together. By the way, debugging means like trying to fix the problem together, okay? So why this one is coming up like this? If this is a PNG file. Let me see. Let me click here, see what's going on. Free download. Okay, please wait while the URL is generating. All right. It says here. And it's funny because if you open up, yeah, probably it is PNG. Wait, hold on. Yeah. So let me just locate this one. And let me just put it right. Let me just put this down. Put it here. Right. And I'm not even gonna change the name. I'm just gonna add it like this. See what's happening. All right. And I'm just going to refresh my page. Oh, so this won't work. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with these images. They are PNG though. I mean, I didn't look at that it was black here though. So the other one was black though too. Anyway, so there you go. This is the one without which is a PNG. It has no background, and again, you just can see the logo only. All right, so let me see what I was. Okay, let me just. Okay, the GIF, yeah, the GIF. I definitely don't know what's going on with the other images though. I need to find out. I will find out, and then I will definitely record a video saying what's going on with the other one. All right, so let me just copy and paste the first one. Okay, and it's here. And again, I'm just gonna copy and paste the break here. And because I already have the image on my desktop, I'm just going to add it, the extension GIF. Okay, and I'm just going to refresh. Okay, and like I said, you see this? It's like a 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, probably 4 seconds, and the image is like moving, you know. So they used to use this a lot before. In every image, you used to see this thing, and probably people start using icons. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Font Awesome. So this type of thing here, and you know this thing, it will give you a lot of icons that will make it things look nice, and you probably don't want to mess it up adding this little, you know, this little type of thing, right? Let me see if I'm missing something. All right, so the width and height. So right now, as you can see, we have this side. You know, probably you don't want this side, and you can use, if you want to put a smollett, you can use just the width attribute. And right now it's about 500, I think it is 500, 580, something like that. So let's say that you want to add it to, you want to resize it to 5, okay. By the way, I'm talking about the pixels of the image. So I'm just gonna click save, and you see it's smaller now. However, if you're trying to play too much with it, let's say like for example the height, um, let's say that I want to put like 200, okay, and there you go. I just click refresh, but then the image doesn't look nice, right? So this is what you want. I mean, unless you know the specific, this is the thing. When you work in the image, it's a problem, honestly. When we ask the client to send the image, sometimes the client they just don't care. They just come to you and they just send you whatever thing they see around, and then they expecting you to do like cool stuff with the image when you just send the developer such a low quality, such a bad image. All right. So when you play with image, you need to be specific. And if you need to reduce an image or something, there are many ways to do that. We're gonna see that in the next lesson. But that you don't have to go this way. Again, as long as they send you really cool stuff, specific outside of the image. However, if you have to do this, then this is one way to do it. Or you can also resize the image using other tools, such as Photoshop, or if you have a Mac, the Mac will do it for you really quick. We can see that here. Let me just put this back. However, if you use the width, it will definitely take the height like automatically. It will definitely like just put it the perfect height for the width that you provide. Let me just show you how to do this. Um, by the way, this is the PNG image, the one that I saw before, and it does have a black background though. It was supposed to look something more like, I don't know, like the square that I showed you before. But let me go ahead and show you how to resize an image. So here from Apple, you just can click on Tool, you can click on Adjust the size, and here, if you don't want to bother with the heights, you can just type like 100, and because it has this little lock here, it will definitely maintain the aspect ratio from both. Okay, so it will give you a really nice cool size of the image. However, if you want to just unclick that, then you can play around. You can make this bigger, you can make this any size you want. You don't have to again, but I will definitely just keep it locked and just play with it like this. See that? So, and of course, if you haven't, like, I don't know if you guys can see the size, how it's going down if you do this. For example, 44.4%, and now it's 3 KB. So now if I put a 10, it will definitely come down to, let me see, it's calculating the size. It should come down like this to 2, something like that. And that's pretty much for the images here. On Photoshop, not everybody have Photoshop, so there's no point for me showing to you how to do it on Photoshop, because that would be like another lesson. Right there, it went down to 1 KB. Okay, so if you don't have to, again, you can also scrub the image, which is this how you do it here. You can just literally like just do like this, drag around, and just click on crop, and it will crop the image. And as you can see, there's less black around. You will not see this much, and yeah, the image will be that size. But again, if you know what, I have to do it because I cannot send you out there without knowing this thing. So let's say that you have Photoshop or other type of program to do this type of thing, to crop image and stuff like that. What I usually do, I create a layout, right, which is like a template, and I put the size that I want every image that I'm using from my website. All right. So for example, if you have a blog, right, and you want to add a specific size of image to your blog site, then you want every image to be the same. So I'm just gonna use 150 pixel here and 150 here. Okay. It will definitely take the orientation for you. You don't have to like do anything here. All right. And the second thing is you can just drag this image. That's the way I do it. Just not to, wait, what is it? Oh, there you go. You can just go ahead and drag this image here and then just play with the size. For example, you want to be like this and things like that. Okay. So, uh, sorry about that. So you are here, okay, and I just try to fix my image something like this. See that? So I'm here, I'm trying to fix my image. I play around with it. I'm like, okay, I don't like this. I probably want this to disappear. And then I click this button here. And again, this is not a Photoshop class, but this is good to know. By the way, I am not an expert on Photoshop. I'm just use it for basic things, to cut things, to put everything on the same side, and yada 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 yada. So here it is, and then I just come here, and I click on Save As, and it's asking me where should I put it. But the first thing that you do is change the format, because right now if you use click Save, it will have the extension PSD, which is for the one for the Photoshop. Okay, so here you can use JPEG, you can use GIF, you can use PNG, which is this one, and then you can just put any name there. Okay, so I'm going to save it on my where's my desktop though? Anyway, I'm just gonna add it here. I don't see it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and click this. All right, there you go. You can put it anywhere you want. Then I just gonna click here. Then it will ask you like the options, and this is the good thing about this. So you want to click like the medium file size because you don't want to have it like too large. And again, that depends on what are you trying to do. You see that? That depends on what you're trying to. You don't want the image to be too large, but you don't want the image to be too small, right? So that's going to be up to you. Then I should see the image here, which is my logo, and then it will look like this. So when I'm creating a website or something, I just make sure that I have a different template for images, and I just say, okay, this is the template for the blogs. This is the template for the slides. Like they have a slider on the front or something like that. Whatever they have, whatever they want to present the image, I'm just saying, okay, this is the image that I'm gonna go on the bio, and I just put like a different layout for each one. Okay, so after that, I don't know if I talk about the alt. Well, when we didn't work, we show up. Let me just show you this one. So again, because I did not add this right here, I mean, because this is not exactly name of the image, which is this one right here, JPG. I just changed it to JPEG, and then I click save. Then I click save, and I open this file. It would disappear, but it would say this is the Apple logo. Okay, this is very important also for people who have disability, any type of, if they can hear, if they can see it, let's say. So they have programs to read everything on the website. Okay, if the program goes to your image and the image doesn't say much, and when I say doesn't say much, it doesn't say anything. Let's say the program will not read it. Okay, so the program just read the out, which is saying to the person who has any type of, they probably can see well, they probably cannot, like they are probably blind and things like that. The program or software will definitely tell them like, this is the Apple logo, so they definitely know that there is an Apple logo in this web page. Okay, so that's it for this lesson. I think it's a lot. I even include Photoshop, which wasn't supposed to be there, but there are a million programs out there for free. I just use that one because it's I just been using it for a while, and again, I'm not an expert on that. I just think that is very useful most of the time. Okay, so I will see you in the next lesson. Thank you so much.